Okay. Castle's new guest. Chris Walker and Astaroth, Kiriko and Palpatine, Ryuko and Wraith, Quiet Wraith from Evolve, Quiet and Garrett
Is
from
he?
Thief, Simon from Soma, and Princess Bubblegum, Springtrap, and Senko-san. Church from Reservoirs Blue, Hayasaka from Love is War, Hannibal Lecter and Ren from Ruby. You already know these characters. I don't know why I'm listing them off. As the tributes rise from the trapdoors and marble gallery arranged in a ring around the weapons rack, supply crates, crossbows, sabers, spears, daggers, a few old flintlock pistols, alchemy flasks, holy water, and obviously a bunch of chains. They're
Right.
probably gonna pull a gun out of nowhere.
True. Shotgun.
Or sorry, yeah, probably pull like a fucking laser rifle out of nowhere.
Yeah.
First moves. Garrett vanishes instantly into the shadows, dragging Quiet towards a balcony. High ground, eyes first. Ada and Shikamaru don't rush the center. Shikamaru scans lighting sources, angles, Ada pockets, grapples, and pistols. Isn't Shikamaru the guy who fucking touch things and they die?
No. That's a Shigaraki.
Uh, Tokoyami visibly reflexes. The castle is his kind of darkness. Lopa grabs a blade and a bracelet. We have two thieves. Who's Tokoyaki? Yami.
He's the
Tok.
bird dude from My Hero.
Oh. Let me see your characters real quick. Because we have very, I feel like, similar characters
Yeah,
besides
I
Chris
also
Walker
added
and
Emily from Dishonored, who I feel like is also really close to the character from Thief.
he is, or she is.
Yeah.
Chris Walker and Hannibal Lecter.
Ada Wong as well.
Ada Wong is much more like a secret agent versus just, you know.
That's true, yeah.
Okay. Emily blinks once, short controlled, snatching a rapier and a pouch of flask while Marcus covers her with a rifle aim. Kiriko grabs a talisman, a short blade, and pulling Palpatine behind a pillar. Palpatine's eyes glitter. He's already counting enemies like chess pieces. Ryuko and Wraith crash straight through the fray. Taking a sword and throwing knives, fast, vicious confidence. Chris Walker lumbers forward like a walking threat. Astaroth follows, axe scraping the stone.
Hey,
I feel like there's just such a good combo together.
I agree. Brawlers.
Above the brawlers, I can't wait for them to fight each other to death.
True.
It'd be the exact opposite of Morale and fucking Grim. They would immediately go for each other.
Yeah. Start choking each other out.
Above the rack, chandeliers sway too much. Nobody sees who cuts a rope. A chandelier drops in the center, screaming shattered glass and iron. Church yells contact and shoves Hayasuka sideways, and chandelier misses him by inches and pulverizes the supply crate. A jagged shard of wood slams into Psycho-san's shoulder. She yelps, stumbling. Springtrap turns his head slowly, metal eyes narrowing. Stay behind me, he rasps. Psycho tries to smile through the pain. In the chaos, Psycho-san backs to a cracked marble tile. It gives way. A hidden trapdoor yawns open. She falls. Not far, but just enough. She lands on a slanted stone ramp. She slides directly into Spike Pit.
Okay.
Springtrap tries to lunge to grab her, but it's too late. She hits the spikes. She hits the spikes and dies.
Yeah.
Is Draco's castle supposed to be a death trap? I mean, it makes sense.
It does have a bunch. Yeah. It's also massive.
In the library ring, Princess Bubblegum and Simon head to the library. PB wants PB. PB wants materials. Simon wants anything that looks like a tool. Hannibal and Ren also drift to the library ward. Quiet footsteps, quieter eyes. Quiet and Garrett from Metal Gear, by the way,
Hmm.
and Garrett from Thief, claim balconies, corridors with long sightlines. Emily and Marcus take an adjacent hall using blink angles, sniper coverage. What's Marcus from?
Battleborn.
Oh yeah, it's also Sniper. That's
Yeah.
weird. It's Sniper. We added two similar characters as a duo.
True.
Kirko and Palpatine slip towards the chapel. Kirko wants a safe space to heal. Palpatine wants acoustics and choke points. Ada and Shikamaru angle towards the catacombs, shadow, and strategy. My tongue still hurts. Robocop and Mecha Man move like a patrol unit sweeping for threats. Tsukuyomi and Loba melt into darkness, driving hunting grounds. Ryuko and Wraith actively hunt. First walk in Atroth Rome, like movie disasters. Quiet Garrett, Quiet sits up on a narrow staircase with a broken window view. Garrett places tripwires, caltrops in the darkness. Garrett hears footsteps far away. EDD mounted. Let them come. PB scav. I like how it says PB instead of fucking Princess Bubblegum.
Yeah.
PB scavenge chemicals, glass, gears, when Simon collects scrap metal. We can't outmuscle them, Simon says. We need to outthink them. PB nods, building a crude noisemaker trap. We don't trust anyone. Behind the bookshelf, Hannibal watches without being seen. Ren calm hands steadily signals, not yet. Church is muttering something to his helmet. Okay, so Vampire Castle, Death Game, no response. Cool, cool, cool. Hayasuka quietly checks doors and supplies. We need allies or a plan. Church says the plan is not to die. Hayasuka says that's not the only plan. And Dim Quarter, I like that combo, to be honest. In the Dim Quarter, lined with candles. I don't know anything about Church, but whatever.
He's cool.
Or actually, I heard a lot from Lucas, but Indian corridor lined with candles. Tokoyami and Loba cross paths with Robocop and Mecha Man. Robocop raises his pistol. Drop your weapons. Loba smirks. That's adorable. Tokoyami he's dark shadows, swells up in the darkness, glowing. Mecha Man sensor spike. Target threat levels rising. Robocop takes a careful step forward, discipline over fear. Loba throws her bracelet, teleporting behind a pillar, trying to flank. Tokoyami pushes Dark Shadow forward, aiming to overwhelm the slower duo. But this is where the castle betrays confidence. A wall torch suddenly flares brighter, unnaturally, a timed mechanism. The lights blast, Dark Shadow strings down. Tokoyami staggers, fighting his own power. Robocop fires a single warning shot, a second shot at Tokoyami's leg, forcing him to drop to a knee.
Shit.
Oh, this is fucking hella long.
It's good. They're doing the fights well.
Loba teleports again, trying to grab Tokoyami in retreat. Mecha Man intercepts, slamming a shield module between them. Loba's momentum carries her through into the shield edge. She hits the floor hard. Robocop steps in, weapon trained. It's over. Tokoyami tries to rise. Dark Shadow starts weakly, unstable in the light. Mecha Man moves fast, too fast. Pitting Tokoyami with a knee and wrenching his arm back. A crack. Tokoyami screams. Robocop hesitates. He doesn't want an execution. But hesitation is punished. Tokoyami's Dark Shadow surges one last time, lashing at Mecha Man's head. The shadowy claw, the blow dents the metal. Mecha Man reacts instinctively, drives the blade tool forward. It goes into Tokoyami's chest. Tokoyami stiffens, eyes widens, then collapses. Loba face goes blank, then furious.
Makes sense. That's cool.
I should add Judge Dredd with Robocop.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just two motherfuckers for the most part.
With the same helmet, kind of.
Watch out for those wrist rockets. Um,
Yep. Why does it smell like heat?
Loba watches from the balcony, hands shaking, not from fear but rage. Cannons boom somewhere in the deep in the structure, announcing the dead. Loba watches from the balcony, hands shaking, not from fear but from rage. Elsewhere, Palpatine smiles in the chapel. Good, he whispers. The weak are being cold. Kirko doesn't like the sound of his voice.
Understandable.
Okay, here are the options. If you don't like them, you can just ask me to re-roll.
Right.
When it loads. That's all I'm gonna make tea while I wait. Taking you with me.
Okay. Tea time
Let's see,
party.
black tea, white tea, black tea, white tea,
Black tea, white
white tea.
t-shirt.
T-shirt gaming.
Boom.
Event. What a good fucking option. The castle reconfigures. It begins shifting rooms and stairways every few hours. Blood moon, a crimson moon shines through the ceilings and windows. Melee gets a melee's more likely. Range accuracy drops. Curse of the Clock Tower. That's a game.
Wait, what's the curse of the clock tower?
Giant. The game or the fucking event?
The event.
What?
The event.
Okay, so you lagged out.
I see.
Rotating gears, pendulums, and crushing platforms. Time doors outlock and unlock. Bell chimes trigger traps. Vertical combat becomes deadly.
I
Whatever
see.
the fuck that means. I got a blinky.
Okay. Do the first one. Castle
I'm
shifts.
not done. There's more. I'm just
Oh,
I'm moving shit around.
okay. Well, so far that's the best option.
Alchemy plague. The castle alchemy leaks fumes, unstable concoctions. Okay, it's just the fog.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Which one?
The first one.
The castle reconfigures.
Yeah.
One. I thought there was like two more. How is this blanket cold? How do you manage to do this?
Bad blanket.
Grinding finality. Quiet bangs once hard, then sprints for a new angle. Garrett melts into the shadows, muttering, "Meet at the height if we can." They're separated but alive. Kiriko feels the floor lurch and drag Palpatine to side out inside a into a side alcove just before Pew collapses into a pit. They emerge into catacombs, torchlight flickering. A quarter brands as crystals. I don't know how to pronounce that. Flare to life. Shikamaru instantly repositions, dragging Ada behind a column to break shadow line. Light's doing the killing today, he whispers. Ada nods, already grabs, grappling upwards to test escape routes. The balcony slides over the marble gallery. Marcus lines up a shot, then the balcony retracts, forcing him to move mid-aim. Emily blinks to stabilize him. The effort drains her, but she staggers shortly, and hops. I can't fucking speak. I don't know how I bit my tongue, but it's making it hard to speak.
Yeah. That sucks.
Short hop only, she says. We don't get many. Ryukyo and Wraith, a rotating hall, dumps them into a blood-red corridor. Ryuko grins, Wraith fades in and out, testing angles. They move fast, too fast. Chichi and Hayasaka take cover in the guard room. The chimes toll. The floor drops 3 feet, tilting the room. The door opens where the wall was, revealing a narrow service shaft. Haska peeks in. It wasn't here before, she says. A shadow lunges. Springtrap clashes through the
Oh
opening,
shit.
joints screeching. Church fires bullets, spark off the metal plating. Haska throws a flash flask. Springtrap staggers, optics glitching. They run.
Idiot.
Unattended child detected.
True. Classic Springtrap.
Springtrap advances on them, relentless. Hayasuka turns, eyes steadying. Church, jump on 3. Wait, what? She shoves him hard towards the spikes, but not towards a lower ledge. Church tumbles, slams, rolls, and alive. Springtrap grabs Hayasuka's arm. She jams the blade into his servo seam. It slows him, but not enough. He throws her. Hayasuka hits the transept rail, flips, and falls into the spikes below. Church screams her names
Damn.
from the ledge. Springtrap doesn't watch her die. He turns away and vanishes into the reconfiguring darkness. Again, he's just fucking
Killing the
child.
child. Yeah.
That's a pretty. I like. That's cool. I guess.
Yeah.
The library becomes an alchemy annex. PB rigs a pressure trigger that drops a bookcase. Simon reinforces the wiring scavenged from the clockwork panel. It's mechanical. There's no wiring. We hold this. PB says. It shifts again. We fall back. They lean to surf the castle, not fight it. Quiet. Re- requires a sideline only to watch the entire balcony rotate 90 degrees.
Yo. Does that?
Her rifle bangs the stone. She exhales, recenters, and moves without firing. Patience keeps her alive. Ada, Ada and Shiramaru out thinking the walls. A hallway becomes a funnel of light. Shir, Shikamaru counts heartbeats between chimes, then moves exactly when the lights dim. They slip through the corridor, seals behind them. Castle is predictable, he says, if you aren't panicking. They emerged into the chapel nave as pews slide. Into a chapel nave as pews slide like chess pieces. Astaroth asks, sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot to read the first part. Kiriko and Palpatine, the near miss. They emerge into a chapel nave as the pews slide across like chess pieces. Astaroth's axe bursts through the door, or the wall, I should say, missing Kiriko by inches. Kiriko teleports steps once, only once, dragging Palpatine clear. Chris Walker roars, echoes somewhere close. Palpatine laughs slowly, let them collide. Kiriko grasps her talisman tighter. Emily and Marcus traverse the clock spine, huge gears rotating in slow, lethal rhythm. Emily blinks to a safe beam. Marcus follows, but too late. The gear clips him, crushing a rib. He fires blindly as he falls. Shots shatter the glass. Emily reaches, blinks again, misses. Marcus slams to the lower platform, still breathing. Emily drops beside him, hands shaking, trying to drag him free. The chime tolls. The platform retracts into gear housing. Emily blinks out last second. He's pulled inwards. Metal screams, then silence.
Damn.
Ryuko and Wraith chase shadows into a hall that become a descending ramp. Wraith goes invisible, sprints, and then the ramp inverts. She slams shoulder first, tumbles, and tries to phase again. The cooldown betrays her. Ryuko reaches for her, the floor drops, Wraith falls into a spike-lined shaft, vanishing into the darkness below.
See.
That's the end of it. Afterbirth.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I said that.
Afterbirth.
The castle's quiet in a way that feels deliberate. Doors open where they should. Stairs stay put. That somehow makes it worse. Chris Walker and Astroff move openly through the colonnade, and boots shaking dust from the ceiling. Astroff laughs, axe resting on his shoulder. Let them hide. Chris Walker smashes the marble statue just to hear it break.
Of course.
Garrett slips through the ventilation gap and drops behind quiet without a sound. She almost shoots him. Don't do that, she mutters. She just killed him.
What? Okay.
No, I mean, never mind. It's just a weird. Never mind. They
She doesn't kill him.
found you. Then, he whispers back. They exchange quick intel, shifting halls, and the sniper perches mapped, still armed. You need to play fucking Metal Gear Solid 5, dude.
I need to play the other ones first. I'm waiting for them to go on sale.
It. I remember what ChatGPT spoiled. I think it spoiled Metal Gear Solid 5 for you, but you don't remember it.
Oh.
I remember
Yeah.
what it was.
I see. I don't. That's good.
PB finishes assembling a compact shock snare using clockwork springs and alchemy residue. Simon checks wiring, non-lethal, stops hard if they're big enough. PB replies honestly, they're not. They wire it into a library doorway and move deeper. Church sits on a stairwell, gun across his knee. Great, just great. Everyone I team up with dies. Kiriko and Palpatine, they traverse the royal chapel. Palpatine stops abruptly. You feel that, he says. Kiriko nods. Yes, people moving towards us. Palpatine smiles. Good.
Good.
Good. Shiro Shikamaru marks an intersection with chalk symbols he only understands. 2 moves ahead, he mutters. Force them into the light. Ada checks her pistol. Just tell me where to stand. Hannibal, Lecter, and Ren, they watch from the gallery of echoes, a long hall where footsteps repeat unnervingly. Ren breathes slow, or like folks steady. Hannibal whispers, predators don't rush, they wait for fear to walk into the open.
True.
Lobo stalks Church through the requiem corridor, teleporting a short hop between pillars. Church hears the bracelet hum. Okay, spooky lady, no sudden movements. She lunges. Church fires wildly, missing, but hits a hanging sensor chain. The what the heck is that? It's or Kenser, Censer. I guess sensor is what I assume.
Huh.
Sensor swings, slamming into Loba mid teleport. She crashes into the wall, ribs breaking. Church rushes forward, gun shaking. I'm sorry. Loba tries to stand. Church fires once more. She drops dead.
Damn.
Accidentally knocks her unconscious, then she kills her. Or knocks her to the wall and kills her.
Yeah. While apologizing.
In the outer courtyard, Chris Walker charges Robocop head on. Bullets tear into Chris' chest, but he doesn't slow. Robocop uh, fires control burst, stepping backward. Mega Man flanks, deploying shock lines. Chris grabs Robocop and throws him through a stone balustrade. Robocop crashes, armor dented, system flickering. Astroff arrives like a falling tower. He swings, Mega Man raises his shield. The axe cleaves right through it. Mega Man is hurled into a pillar, sparking. Robocop struggles to get up, weapons shaking. Target still hostile. Chris Walker charges again. Robocop fires point blank. Chris staggers but doesn't fall. Astroff brings the axe down with both hands. The blade splits Robocop's torso, tearing cables and plating apart. Robocop collapses, power fading.
No.
Mega Man damaged but mobile retreats immediately. My favorite thing is Chris Walker's just a human that's just buff.
I know.
He's not immortal.
Yeah, he's just cracked.
Figured out ripping off your nose is the play.
That's
They
the way to
command
go.
nymphs into a narrow hall, trying to reroute wires snap. Garrett's traps triggered, Caltrops falling, and a Caltrops and a falling portcullis slam down. Quiet fires once, the round punctures by command's core. He sparks, stumbles, and dies.
Good.
Hannibal Lecter and Ren. Hannibal Lecter and Ren versus Springtrap. Springtrap stalks through the abandoned nursery, metal feet creaking. Hears a voice. Come now, Hannibal says, softly from the dark. You don't want to be alone forever. Springtrap lunges forward. Ren intercepts, parrying with a controlled strike, dodging one claw strike. Hannibal circles, blade flashing. Springtrap grabs Ren. Hannibal drives the knife into the joint seam. Ren twists free. Hannibal plunges the blade again, deeper this time, severing servo. Springtrap stumps forward, twitching, and finishes it with a clean strike to the explosive core. He's
Nice.
dead. Is Ren a child?
No? What do you mean?
Okay. There's a bunch of characters I think named Ren that are.
You
Oh
know
no,
who
it's
Ren
not. You're right.
is.
Yeah. From Ruby.
Yeah.
I wonder what I was thinking of. Kills a child, dies. Yep, typical.
True.
Emily blinks into a hall, right into a shadow bind. Her feet freeze. Shikamaru steps into view. Checkmate. Ada fires once. Emily blinks again, but this time the bind delays her half a second too long. The shot takes her to the chest. She drops, eyes wide in disbelief.
Yeah.
Kyuko heals a deep cut in Palpatine's arm. You're bleeding more than you admit, she says. Palpatine smiles thinly, plain clarifies. In the distance, Chris Walker roars. Astaroth laughs. Hannibal Lecter sharpens a blade. Riku stands alone, sword humming softly. The castle has narrowed its choices. Kyuko Palpatine, they advance to the road. Chapel set. Oh. Kyoko pauses. You're pushing us into traffic. Palpatine doesn't stop walking. Conflict thins the herd, he says. You said we were avoiding fights. I said we survived them. Kyoko grips her blade tighter. She's starting to realize she's not a partner, she's a tool. From above, the claw call. Quiet scopes moving below. Three groups converging, she murmurs. Big ones. Garrett pressure peers down. Walker, Ashroff, yeah. And yeah, Lecter. Quiet exhales. We don't shoot yet. Garrett nods. We wait until someone's already bleeding. PB finishes wiring her final device, a concussive shock net disguised as a loose floor mosaic. Simon watches the hall. If this doesn't work, we're done. PB forces a smile. Then it has to work. The Grand Feast Hall becomes a convergence point. Chris Walker enters first, smashing a table aside for no reason. Ashroff follows, axe dragging the sparks. Moments later, Hannibal and Ren slip in from the side archway. Ren senses it immediately. They're strong. Hannibal smells faintly.
Yeah.
Strong is noisy. They back towards the mosaic floor. Chris charges. Ren sidesteps, striking Chris's knee. It slows him, but doesn't stop him. Ashroff swings. Ren blocks once. How? The second hit sends him skidding across the floor. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Ren rolls to his feet, right into PB's disguised mosaic. The trap triggers, electric arcs explode upward. Ren convulses, dropping to one knee. Hannibal reacts instantly, lunging towards him. Lunging towards PB. Chris Walker barrels through him instead. The impact throws Hannibal into a pillar with a bone-shattering force. He slumps forward, gasping. Chris grabs Hannibal by the collar and smashes him headfirst into a stone table. The table breaks, so does Hannibal's skull.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Ren screams, breaking free of the shock net, and lunges himself at Astaroth. Ren strikes is precise. Joints, elbows, wrists. Astaroth laughs and swings wide. blow catches Ren midair. He hits the floor hard, ribs crushed. Ren tries to rise. Astaroth plants the axe head down, pinning Ren's chest. Brave Astaroth rumbles, but not enough. He pushes, he crushes Ren to death.
Damn.
Kyoko hears the screams echo. She finds Church hiding in the chapel bell tower. They lock eyes. Church raises rifle slowly. I'm not looking for a fight. Kyoko lowers her blade. Neither am I. Before either can react, unlimited power! Purple lightning slams into Church's chest. He convulses, screaming. Kyoko spins. Palpatine stands behind her, hands extended. You're becoming inconvenient, he says calmly. Church collapses, smoke churling from his armor. Kyoko stares in horror as he gets electrocuted to death.
Damn.
At dawn, Kyoko is gone. Palpatine senses it too late. He smiles. She'll come back. He is wrong.
Yeah, makes you will.
In the long gallery, Chris, Walker, and Astaroth separate briefly while tearing through doors. Okay. Quiet tracks Chris. Garrett sets a line. Chris triggers it. A counterweight drops. Chains wrap around his leg. He roars, tearing one free. Quiet fires. The round punctures Chris's throat. He staggers, clutches the wound, choking on blood. Astaroth turns, but too late. Chris collapses, thrashing once, then still.
Shit.
Astaroth charges the balcony. Garrett dodges. Quiet fires again. Astaroth keeps coming. He is made of stone.
Yep.
Ada and Shikamaru emerge from the side quarter. Now, Shikamaru says, the shadow bind locks Astaroth's feet. He strains, breaks one leg free. Ada fires twice into his chest. Quiet fires a final round through his eyeball. He falls.
Damn.
Crimson Dawn bleeds through the shattered stained glass. The remaining survivors feel it at the same time. The castle is shrinking inwards, sealing off wings and forcing everyone towards the throne approach. The reverse keep in the high clock tower. Palpatine does not hide. He stands at the base of the throne stair, hands clasped, voice echoing, "Come on, let's end this pretense." Kyoko answers first. Kyoko appears, a short teleport step, blade drawn. You're not walking out of here alive. Palpatine smiles. Lightning snaps outwards, not like a storm, but tight, brutal burst. Kyoko blocks one with her talisman, rolls, reappears behind him. Palpatine anticipates it. He whirls, force in hands, shoving her in the chest. Kyoko slams into the stone balustrade, ribs cracking. She tries to stand. Palpatine raises his hands again. Kyoko throws her last charm, a blinding burst of spirit light. For a moment, Palpatine staggers, but it's not enough. The lightning hits her full on. Kyoko convulses while being shocked and then dies.
Yeah.
And then collapses, dead. The high clock tower becomes a chessboard of shadows and light. Garrett sets tripwires. Quiet takes elevation. Shikamaru studies the ankles. Ada moves first. Ada fires upwards, forcing Quiet to relocate. Garrett cuts the lights. Shikamaru's shadow binds, lashes out, catching Garrett's ankles. Now Shikamaru says, Ada fires. Garrett yanks himself free at the last second, the shot grazing his side instead of his heart. Quiet enters with a single shot. Ada twists, but the bullet takes her shoulder, spinning her into cover. The tower shifts, gears grinding. Shikamaru realizes it's too late. Shadow's bind requires stable ground. The platform rotates. They crash into the gear housing. Garrett dives the blade in once, clean and efficient. Shikamaru's dead.
Damn.
Ada Wong screams and fires wildly. That's not something she does.
Yeah,
Quiet
sure.
lands behind her. One suppressed shot from the back of the head. She's dead.
Good.
Ryuko charges in. She trips the first shot, keeps moving. A vial explodes. She rolls through the fire. 7 grabs a metal bar. PB, run! PB hits the detonator. The floor collapses. Ryuko falls. She catches the ledge with one hand last second. She looks up, furious, exhausted, bleeding. PB hesitates. The hesitation costs her. Ryuko launches herself upwards, tackles Simon's first. One brutal slash. Simon collapses, gasping, eyes unfocused. PB screams and activates the final charge. Ryuko throws her blade. It strikes PB through the chest. PB falls against her own console, sparks flying.
Okay.
Everyone meets in the high throne bridge. Palpatine senses her for a second before she quiet fires. He twists, the bolt grazes his shoulder instead of his heart. Lightning arcs, quiet dives. Getting clipped, she crashes hard, struggling to rise. Palpatine advances. Garrett drops from above, blade flashing. Palpatine hurls him to the side with a force shove. Garrett slams into the parapet, spine cracking. He doesn't get up.
See.
Ryuko screams and charges, blade clashing against the crackling energy. Force shove, and she skids. Lightning, she deflects with a raw momentum barely. She's not stronger, she's angrier. They collide at the bridge center. Good. Good.
Good.
Um, yeah. Use the hate. Ryuko drives Palpatine backwards, step by step, towards the edge. He laughs as he bleeds. Yes, strike me. Ryuko doesn't hesitate. She slashes. Palpatine's hand falls. He stumbles. Quiet, bloodied, raises her pistol with the last round. She fires. The bolt punctures Palpatine's chest. Palpatine's dead.
Okay.
I mean, I guess he stuck through it to the very end, though.
Yeah.
That's based.
It stayed true.
Silence, wind, blood dripping onto stone. Quiet drops her empty weapon. Ryuko could barely stand. They look at each other. No speeches. Quiet lunges with knife. Ryuko counters barely. They trade blows, slow, desperate, and human. Ryuko feints left. She dives her blade into Quiet's side. Quiet collapses to her knees, and then forward.